YouTube is live, so anything you say, they can hear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and my class just say you have to assume the mic is always on.
Whenever you're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what it is. Just get used to it. The voice of reason. Amen. Don Amici with his crew. Zoe Williams. Danny Morrison with his crew. This whole block is on fire. The block is hot. You underdig? My whole mission in life is to inspire you to think differently about relationships. Because we got it all wrong. A lot of people don't believe they got it all wrong, but we got it all wrong. So what I want you to do is buckle up your seatbelts, as Don Amici just instructed you. This is a caller-driven show. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. Zoe Williams believes very deeply. Yes, I'm speaking in third person. Zoe believes very deeply that we need new relationship ideas. We got a lot of old ideas that need to be reworked, that need to be recontextualized. And a lot of people don't want to give up those old ideas. Well, you know, my big mama used to say something that made me think. She would say stuff like, you can't unring a bell, so my job is to ring the bell to get us to think differently. All right, let's get into today's topic. Are you dating Mr. or Mrs. Frankenstein, Jekyll and Hyde? Who is the toxic one in your relationship, you or your partner? If they're toxic, how did they show up in your life? If you're toxic, how did they show up in your... You get what I'm saying? How'd you get a person that ain't toxic if you're toxic? We need to talk about this because you guys already know I am anti-I deserve. Anti-I deserve. What does that mean, Zoe? We have a I deserve culture. I deserve better. I deserve more. I deserve love. You deserve nothing. I know people don't agree with that. Yes, you deserve everything. You deserve everything you give yourself. Oh, yes, you heard that topic I did on deserving. Deserving and getting. All that stuff is a reflection of the work you do internally. Today's topic, Mr. and Mrs. Frankenstein. Heckle. Mr. Hyde and Heckle and Jekyll. Is that who you got? I need to know, how is it that we continue to attract these low vibrational people into our lives? You already know I got questions. You already know I got questions. What is fairness in relationship? Right? What is that? Call me right now, 1-800-920-1580. Does your partner spend money without telling you but expect you to report full details of your expenditures? Does a double standard exist in your relationship? Goodness gracious. I'm sorry for laughing. Is your partner a controller? Is your partner constantly filled with anxiety? Does your partner employ disrespectful communication? How well does your partner deal with tough situations? Adversity. Does your partner crumble under pressure? And when they crumble under pressure, is everybody perceived as being against them? Everybody is the villain. Are you in a relationship with somebody like that? 1-800-920-1580. Are you dating a monster? And if you are, how do you justify dating a monster? Is dating a monster cool if they're only monstrous towards others? It's all right, as long as you don't show me your monster. I know it's in there. I feel protected by your monster. How many people have those kind of relationships? I need to know. The VOR is live on KBLA Talk 1580. The phone lines are open, 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. I need to hear your opinion when we come forward. All right, you guys. This is what I need y'all to do. You already know what it is. I need you to get those phone lines cracking. I need to holler at you. So share your thoughts, share your opinions. Hey, thank you for that super chat. Man, if you're feeling generous, man, leap. I appreciate it. No monster, just so damn damaged. Then call me. Share your story with me, Deanna. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines right now. Call in. We're going to talk about it. We are going to talk about it. Yes, sir. Abrit Atwater. What up, what up, what up, what up? All the moderators in here. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? I see y'all. You already know what it is. This is a caller-driven show. Keep your brother the number one. I'm the number one show here in calls. You do know that, right? I'm the number one show here when it comes to calls. Did you know that? You know why? That's because of y'all. You guys call in. You guys keep the conversation cracking. Very important stuff. I want you guys to participate. And yes, remember, no cursing. Call in. Don't curse. This is terrestrial radio. Don't curse. What up, Xylon? What up, what up, what up, mods? All right. Virginia Beach in the house. Let's go. Yes, ladies, please call in. I would love to hear the female perspective on this topic. All right, here we go. And today we're coming out of my first relationship book, The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship. We're coming out of this book today. Yes, this is the paper, the hardback. It's going to be lit. I need to hear from y'all. Oh, yeah, this is great. You good?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So is this be Okay.
Are you married to a monster? Oh, Lord, toxic relationships abound. It's thriller night every night at your house. The beast is about to strike. Are you married to a monster? Mr. and Mrs. Frankenstein. Who's the toxic one in your relationship? Now listen, a lot of people don't even know what a toxic relationship is. Listen, man, the way our bodies and minds and central nervous systems work, we will turn toxic situations, right? I'm talking about just from a spiritual, mental, physical, psychological, emotional standpoint. Our minds are set up to get us addicted to anything, whether it's traumatic, whether it's pleasurable, right? Like we will find, like water, we will find our level at any level. You get what I'm saying? And we will tend to identify with even toxicity. Like toxicity can bring a certain level of comfort, because if that's all you know, if that's what your mind has modeled and patterned, and geez, I don't want to get into neuroplasticity, the way the brain works. The more you use something, the more neurosynaptic connections get formed. The more you experience something, the more you think something, the more you eat something. Neurosynaptic nerve endings are being formed. And look at those neurosynaptic nerve endings as grooves in a record, or as roads in a city. What you're used to, you'll continue to do that. A body in motion tends to stay in motion. Very interesting stuff. What are the signs of a toxic relationship? Some people say lack of support. Healthy relationships, and I'm not going to get into it. People, have their own little terms. I'm just going to say healthy relationships are based on mutual everything. I don't like mutual desire. Desires are fleeting. You understand what I'm saying? Here's a Will Smith story. I know Will Smith's in the news. Will Smith said before he blew up, and he was on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and he got his first check, he always wanted to buy, a Rolls Royce. And he said it was the most anticlimactic thing that has ever happened. Soon as he gets the Rolls Royce, he said the moment the wheel rolled off of the lot, it was an underwhelming experience. Desires are a lot like that. So you get what you want, but God has a way of giving you what you want so you can recognize that you didn't want enough. I know y'all don't want to hear that. I know. Your want was too small. God will give it to you. Here you go. Your want was fragmented. Your want was limited. God is cold, man. But I will say, lack of support, meaning healthy relationships have mutual everything. Mutual respect, mutual listening, mutual understanding, mutual consideration, give and take, right? Mutual integrity. Now, mutual everything, right? Guess what? It also has the reverse. Mutual disrespect. Ooh, I know. I know nobody wants to hear this, but I'm going to say it. Mutual disrespect, mutual indifference, mutual avoidance, mutual condescension, mutual marginalization. Oh, you didn't think that was happening too. Yes, you can't get a monster unless you're a monster. I know. A lot of people say, I didn't do it. I've never hurt anybody. But have you hurt yourself internally? Have you been at the controls of your spirit, and have you made your spirit small in the presence of loneliness? 1-800-920-1580. I need to know. More signs of toxic relationships. Toxic communication. Envy or jealousy. Do you remember that unsung episode that was talking about what's my man, Homeboys in Outer Space, Flex. Flex is the homie, man. I love Flex. I gave Flex a radio show when I was the program director on Dash Radio. I gave Flex his own show, and that unsung episode highlighted how low-key his career's taking off, but his wife Shanice's is going down, right? And as it's going down and his is taking off, she, which I thought took a lot of strength, she admitted that she was a little low-key jealous and envious because her star was dimming. Now, there was really... As a music A&R, I understand why her star was dimming. Because when a genre-bending kind of movement like hip-hop is happening, it affects all of the artists of that time. You even had Prince and Michael Jackson integrating hip-hop sounds into their music. But her career was going down. One of the greatest voices ever. Shouldn't have gone down, but it did. Right? And she found herself being just a little tad envious and jealous of her husband. His career's taking off. But what I love about their relationship, and this is an example of a good, healthy relationship, they fought that war and won. They're still together. They're still in love. They got beautiful kids. They good people. You know, relationships are going to throw those things at you, but you have to realize, yes, it's us, but you got to go internal and say, why am I jealous or envious of my husband? And if he's in position to provide and take care of us, you know what? I got that much more time to regroup and understand the shifting landscape of the industry that I want to be a part of, right? And fortunately, she has been able to do that, but not to the level she was at. But she has been able to do that, and, you know, they've been through a lot, and kudos to that relationship. What about toxic communication? Are you dealing with a tit for tatter? Somebody titting and tatting. Can't be wrong about nothing. Can't be corrected about nothing, and will condescend and disrespect at the drop of a hat. Is who you with? Who you talking to? How many times have you had to say that to your significant? Who you talking to? You better watch your tone and your delivery. I don't know who you talking to. This ain't your mama. How many times are you dating or married to a monster? Controlling behaviors, right? Are you dealing with a partner that always wrestles with resentment? Ooh, I love the way Tony Robbins said it. Resentment always comes with resistance. Just old stiff-necked resistant sucker. Just that I don't want to do nothing. Stubborn, obstinate. Is that who y'all dealing with? I need to ask, are you dating a monster? And how did he show up? Or how did she show up? And why, if you do this, make concessions for keeping it going? How many of you been in a relationship where you had to make concessions? And those concessions come right out of your soul. I'm going to make a concession to stay here. Because loneliness is scarier than facing your own darkness. Because that loneliness is born out of darkness. Internal dark. Here's a soul concession so you can stay. How many of you have dated a person whose monster has manifested as dishonesty? They say, well, I was never dishonest. I don't know how I got a dishonest person. Can I give you a hack here? Here's a life hack. Everybody needs to start a dishonesty journal. And this dishonesty journal is predicated on all the lies you tell yourself. Journal the lies you have told you. Huh? Journal the lies you tell yourself. Do you tell yourself you're attractive? Are you insecure about how you really look? Eek. Do you tell yourself that everything's going to be okay when you know you haven't done the requisite work to make sure everything is okay? Huh? There's such thing as a placebo and a nocebo. Right? The placebo turns into a nocebo. Let me tell you, a placebo is a doctor gives you a sugar pill but doesn't tell you what the ingredients are. What he says is, this is a super pill designed to cure everything, but it's very experimental. You're the first person to take it. This thing right here is so powerful we haven't even given it a name. This is power. The only other person who's taken it is, name somebody famous, right? President Biden. He took it yesterday. Right? You'd be like, really? Take the pill, you get positive results. The nocebo is the opposite effect. This is experimental, but it's got radiation in it. And this radiation is from Kiev, Chernobyl. It's highly unstable, and this thing, I mean, it might work, then you might die. But you're going to die anyway. So, the nocebo effect. Now, let me tell you how this applies to you being a dark lighthouse for negative relationship situations. See, you can't feel bad and tell yourself a lie. The lie might be a placebo. I'm healthy. I feel good. I'm going to make it through this. Everything's going to be okay. But if you're saying these words and you don't believe them and you don't have the requisite feeling, right, then the placebo becomes a nocebo. And guess how this works in relationship? The monster that you're afraid to look at calls in the mirror image of itself as a situation shift. It's designed to shift your consciousness from the outside because you won't do the inside work. How did I get this monster? He's very disrespectful. He's very abusive. He's here because you won't do the cocoon work. This real stuff right here. I know you guys don't want to hear it. You date a monster because you don't want to relate to the monster within. You don't want to approve of the monster within. You don't want to embrace the monster within. So you'll get a person who has patterns of disrespect. If you get away with it with you, What makes you think they looking at you and not understanding? You're getting away with it with yourself. You've set the boundaries for how I'm going to act. The way you treat yourself is how your partner tends to treat you. Somebody call me right now, 1-800-920-1580. Big payback from Indiana. I need to hear your thoughts on this, man. Yes, sir. Hell is low. Welcome to the show. What's happening? Ooh. Hey, listen, big payback. You got to do me a solid. I want you to continue this story. I want you to give me some examples. When we come forward, can I rely on you to stay on and talk more about this? There we go. There we go. When we come forward, more from Big Payback, Indiana. Hey, y'all bullshitting. I need 3 callers. Call me right now. Y'all bullshitting. 1-800-920-1580.
Can I post on my Instagram?
Made by a Clark police lieutenant in 2019, in which Bonacorso used the N-word, referred to blacks as spooks, and called female officers disasters. The Weeknd is going to replace Kanye West as a headliner at Coachella. That's the latest. I'm Kevin Brown for the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Jack in the Box serves breakfast all day, so you can munch on mini pancakes, eagerly smoked bacon, and freshly cracked eggs whenever you like. Don't wait to treat yourself. It's breakfast time all the time at Jack in the Box.
National Minority Health Month, as designated by the CDC, and KBLA Top 1580's Urban Family Focus is presenting cancer in the Black community. Every Saturday at 8:30, Urban Family Focus host Joe Smith will be focusing weekly on a cancer that disproportionately affects the community.
Huh?
Can I go live on my Instagram?
Cancer survivor or a member of a community organization or support group that helps people
Kind of. No.
So be sure to tune in to Urban Family Focus at 7 a.m. every Saturday morning during the month of
Kind of.
April. These shows could save your life.
Yes. A little bit.
A little bit.
Poquito.
Unapologetically progressive, unapologetically proactive. KBLA Talk 1580.
The Bill Sauce commercial.
support every effort to maintain your professionalism. The Copies Plus Media staff follows a rigid 10-point system to ensure your job is delivered on time the way you want it. Ask around. Copies Plus Media is a Black, family-owned business serving the community for over 30 years and has been providing jobs and training for that same community. Copies Plus Media specializes in affordable funeral programs, step and repeat backdrops, business stationery, customized t-shirts, and so much more. Call Copies Plus Media at 323-290-9800 or stop by 4401 West Holston Avenue, Los Angeles. Visit the website at copiesplusmedia.com. At Copies Plus Media, they've got you covered. Hi, I'm Nicole Franklin.
And I'm Brian Spontae.
We're the host of the radio series Before You Know.
Yes, before you go, because there's no time like the present to talk to our guests.
Our 100-year-old guests.
What a gift.
We have 80 and 90-year-olds too, but the older the better, right, Brian?
Oh, yes. And such amazing history.
We've got history on record.
History for record.
Lots of smiles, and I'd say some redemption as we unearth some deep, dark secrets.
Like
Wow. Are there green flags
to the silver screen.
during a Frankenstein? Hey, Britt, you got to call in.
It's time.
Tune into our
Hey, you got to call in and explain that.
And listen live Fridays at 5 a.m.
That's heavy.
mornings at 6 a.m.
on KBLA Talk 1580.
Wake up and text. Text means
That's crazy.
friend you haven't seen in forever. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit stoptexts.stopwrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Still looking for that one special voice that makes you fall in love.
Whoa, we got
The one is out there
some
on
commercials.
Spotify. With over 2 million shows and today's most talked about podcasts, Spotify is the best place to find that one special show that makes you laugh.
A positive Frankenstein. A positive monster moment. I don't know.
To it with a podcast.
That's heavy.
One you've been listening for right now, free on Spotify.
Live in 1 minute.
60 seconds.
Follow my car, and there's only one thing to do. Trip over my own feet and pull myself across the lawn while yelling help at a barely audible volume. Sorry to interrupt, but you filed a claim with Geico, so you've got a designated claims team to help you. This Geico sounds suspiciously reassuring. Are you sure I don't end up getting surprised with an unexpected twist? Just that your Geico team will always be there to keep you updated. What is it? Oh, nothing. I just didn't see that coming. Geico, great service. Without
Hey, you asking great questions.
Cascade Platinum actually saves water.
Saving water. You gotta call in and explain that. Hey, Britt Atwater, call in and explain that to us.
So do it every night. Run your dishwasher with Cascade Platinum. Surprising way to save water.
You're listening to the voice of reason. The voice of reason with the Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580. Mike's out whenever we're ready.
Ooh. Boy, that voice of reason playlist. Yeah. Welcome into the crucible of relationship understanding, the voice of reason, live on KBLA Talk 1580. I'm Zoe Williams, and we had a brother on the line, Big Payback from Indiana. Big Payback. Please give us some examples, man. Yes, brother. Please give us some examples of how y'all be checking each other in a disrespectful way, being monstrous towards each other. The OWI, what's that? So like a DUI here in California. There we go. All right. OWI. Okay. Well, I'm with you. Let's go. Right. That's a DUI here, right? DUI. Okay, got it. DUI in California. OWI in Indiana. Got it. Okay, I'm clear. We lost him? Okay, all right. You broke up a little bit. Finish talking, brother. What? So let me ask you this. Big Payback. Do you feel at times that are tense, that are stressful, that you're talking at your woman or to your woman, your wife? Are you talking at her or are you talking to her, with her? Yes. Ah, my brother. Uh-huh. So I want you to get a book. All right? I want you to get this book. And it's a book where when I'm coaching, I always tell people who are struggling with communication issues to get this particular book. And it's a great book. Here you go. By Marshall Rosenberg. Nonviolent. Yes, it's by Marshall Rosenberg, PhD. Rosenberg. And it's called Nonviolent Communication. Nonviolent Communication, a Language of Life. Yes. Nonviolent Communication, a Language of Life. Yes. Hey, absolutely, man. Hey, because you love her, right? Yeah. All right, then. So you're going to have to work with her. So you might as well improve the communication. Nonviolent communication. Marshall Rosenberg, PhD. All right, thank you, brother. Yeah, I love it. We got A. Britt from Seattle, Washington. A. Britt, you were asking some very powerful questions, brother. I need you to expand and expound. Talk to me about a good monster moment. Is that even possible? Oh, so you talking about shock and awe. You talking about righteous indignation. I see where you going. I see. I see you, A. Britt. See, Mo D says it differently. When Mo and I discussed this, Mo was like, he said, most people don't respect. They don't respect intelligence. They don't respect reason. What they respect is aggression. He said most people. So I see where you're going. See, because if somebody has, been allowed to get away with certain things, and they think, okay, the precedent has been set, when you pop off a little bit, when you show just a flicker of the monster flame, then they go, oh, then who is that? Yeah, that's who gonna keep coming back here. But let me just say, you can only show that flicker once. You can never show the flame. Because if you show the flame, you burn down the whole situation. Because now the person is like, I can never trust this person again because they showed me the devil. Now, you might be able to play the sounds of the devil. Remember that scene in The Exorcist when they was playing her voice backwards? Hey, that's Latin. So maybe you can play the sounds, but don't walk in that room and you be in that bed. See, if they see you in that bed and your head twisting, you can't unsee that. Now, yeah, I see where you going. So once they see that, oh Lord have mercy. They can't see that. Because if they see that, they go, I ain't a priest. There ain't no way I can exorcise that demon. Do you see what I'm saying? Oh man, that was a great call. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Good looking, fam. Woo! We on fire tonight. Get to your phone lines. Are you dating a monster? Are you married to a monster? Have you been suffering in silence? Do you drink holy water just so you can go home and get some rest? Call me 1-800-920-1580. Banks from Los Angeles. You're on the line. It's your time to chime. Well, let me get clear. Let me get real clear here. Are you saying there's pressure to be single, or is there pressure to be in a relationship? I just want to be clear. Okay, so Banks, do me a favor. I want you to hold tight because I really want to dig down into this one. This is juicy. I appreciate you calling in. Just hold tight. When we come forward, more from Banks from Los Angeles. Yo, let's get the phone lines cracking. Hey, Cy from Pasadena. I'm coming to you, Cy. Hey, Britt Atwater, righteous indignation. Righteous indignation. Hey, get to your phone lines right now.
Most middle-class families qualify for nursing home benefits to be paid by the state. You you've heard Zorn Basic on my show, and you remember that these are benefits that you have earned. Protect your assets that have taken a lifetime to build. Keep the savings, the family home, and the business. Call Zorn at Nursing Home Solutions at 800-773-6467. Nursing Home Solutions does not require in-person meetings. The phone number is 800-773-6467. That's 800-773-6467. Or log on to nhscare.com for Nursing Home Solutions.
The Institute for Diversity Certification. Live on one link.
60 seconds.
Learn more about our globally recognized diversity certification program today by calling 1-800-983-6192. Again, 1-800-983-6192. Or visit diversitycertification.org. As the #1 organization for certified diversity professionals and also certified diversity executive credentials, diversitycertification.org will provide an opportunity for you to demonstrate dedication to the field, determination to make progress, and more discipline to your process. Go today and learn more about the diversity certification system. Call 1-800-983-6192. Again, 1-800-983-6192. Or go to diversitycertification.org. That's diversitycertification.org. The standard of excellence, equity, diversity, and inclusion. More of the Voice of Reason with the Voice of Reason right now on Yellow Talk 50. Watch out.
Yeah. We with you, Will. Will just had a monster moment. That's all. I'm playing all Will Smith records. The Voice of Reason is on fire tonight. Are you with Mr. or Mrs. Frankenstein? Who's the toxic one in your relationship? There is no one or the other. There's some level of toxicity in both of you, or you couldn't have come together. The two of you express your toxicity differently, but you can't get a 100% clean person, right, with a toxic person. Because first off, there are no 100% clean people. Banks from Los Angeles was talking about something very interesting. He said there's a pressure to be single even when you're in a relationship. Talk to me. Policey. That's my new word, policey. You want to be very policey with the rules. And it's one thing that I'm not going to tolerate is you being extra policey. That's not how this works. No, I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But let me just say this. You clearly don't want to be controlled, right? So how can somebody, and this is an exercise for you, how can you be more receptible, right, to ideas presented to you by your partner? How can what would make you more amiable to the ideas that she presents to you? Is it her tone, her delivery, how she says it? How does she present it? Banks, is she in the background? I was about to say, Banks, don't be back. Come on, Banks. Let's not have an on-air intervention now. Okay. Okay, I got you, brother. Well, let me just say this, bro. It sounds like there's a little bit of resistance in you. And if she's presenting red flags already, or that which you perceive to be red flags, then maybe you should take a step back. Right? Maybe you should take a step back. Because let me tell you, sometimes, man, you got to lose things in order for you to value the things that was once in your hand. So, and I'm not saying lose the relationship with the sister, but I'm saying sometimes you got to step back. Life will put you in a situation where you reflect and go, maybe that wasn't all that bad. Maybe she was really trying to help me. Let me just say this, Banks. I appreciate you, brother, for calling in, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir. Hey, we up in here. When we come forward, I'm going to my hometown, Pasadena, California. Cy is on the line. When we come forward, more from the VOR.
Social Security account allows you to access your earnings.
Let's do this. See, the internship, you learning a lot.
Exactly. Yes.
One minute. I want that.
You guys should call in.
Boom. Yes, sir. I'm back. Yeah, this is going swimmingly. Many of us date monsters. The monsters are the mirror reflection of the demons that exist within us. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. A lot of people don't like that. I'm sorry. But that's just the truth of what it is. Cy from Pasadena, my hometown. I'd like to hear your opinion on this. Oh, man. Yes, sir. Mm. Mm. Right. Absolutely, brother. All right. Thank you, good brother. We appreciate the call. So, and you know, I don't mind sharing, but I'm going to tell you right now, Disney destroyed our relationships. I blame Babyface too. I blame all, I'm saying, I know entertainment and music is fantasy. And all these ideas we have about our relationships cannot be the bedrock of our expectations of each other. When we come forward, more from Are You Dating a Monster with the VOR. We need 3 callers. Oh, I'm watching my son's game too. Here we go.
Trail has been committed. Hit you with bad types routine. How does he maintain his homosity? Why can't you open up, brother? Spider-Man on the inside. They gonna show their weakness. So Williams, the voice of reason. Lights out.
Hey, hell, I pay the price. In my average home. Come on, Mike. Oh, yeah. The voice of reason. Is your partner always watching you? Watching how much money you spend. Awake while you're asleep. Trying to interpret your dreams. Are you with a controller? Are you with a monster? So many of us are. So many of us feel like it's safer to be with a monster than it is to be alone. Now, of course, LCSWs and, everybody with the letters behind their names, they might call this narcissism, right? How to live with a narcissist? I just call it a monster. Here are some signs of a monster. Instead of listening, the monster is wrapped up in the sound of their own voice and opinion. They're on a conveyor belt waiting for you to finish talking, and they haven't heard a word. And they really could care less. They really just want to get out what they want to get out. And whatever they get out, regardless of how warped and inaccurate, stupid, and illogical it might be, that's their truth. Right? They don't want to hear anything else. That's a monster. The monster is also addicted to admiration. You got to admire this monster. Monsters Inc. You got to admire this monster, or you will be accused of cheating. You will be accused of all manner of nefarious behaviors. You will be judged and criticized because you haven't admired them adequately enough. Ugh. The monster is silent with their envy. Whatever you're good at, they're really envious of that. Whatever you good at, whatever your gift is, where your sun is shining, they're trying to cast a shadow on it. Oh, you're with a monster. 1-800-920-1580. Who am I talking to tonight? The monster doesn't take constructive criticism. Now, notice, I didn't say criticism. I said constructive criticism. You can be in advocacy of a monster and try to pull a monster to the side and say, look, fam, look, love, look, friend, look, brother, look, sister, look, mama, look, auntie. They not here for it. The monster cannot be criticized about anything. The monster exploits others without guilt or shame. The monster gains power from belittling others. Are you with a monster? Have you been with a monster? And is the monster inside of you low-key turned on by the monster you with? I know. These aren't questions normal people ask, right? That's why your relationships sneak up on you and surprise you. Wow. The monster sees themselves as more attractive than they really are. But please understand something about the bluster and the hubris of false confidence. The false confidence is a manicured, socially acceptable mask that the real ugly little monster from Pet Sematary that's up in that attic, remember that little monster lady in that attic when she turned around? Yes, most monsters are hideous, not only to themselves, but to others. So they hide behind their clothes. They hide behind their car. They hide behind their job. They hide behind their wallet. I don't know. Who am I? I don't know who I'm talking about. But it's resonating. I know it's resonating. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. Call us. The monster gaslights those who are closest to them. We're going to get into gaslighting. They, the monster, put some people on pedestals while they tear other people down. Are you dating a monster? Are you married to a monster? When we come forward, the phone lines are opening up. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. Don't tell me I didn't set the topic up right. Monsters, are you married to one? When we come forward. Yeah! Where y'all at? This might be hitting too close to home. I mean, people's heart might be like, I'm married to that person. I dated that person 30 times.
I was expecting that topic, like, oh, shoot.
Come on, 1-800-920-1580. That's the number to dial, 1-800-920-1580. You have a story?
We all got a story.
Ooh. See how my son is doing. You can never hear the callers, but it's always the same answer. Rose too thick. Download the KBLA app. It's always the same answer. It's never going to change. Download the app. That's how you hear the callers. And the callers have been sharing some hella good game. Moderators, can you put in the app link for Rose Too Thick? Please put in the app link for Rose Too Thick. Rose, I want you to hear the callers. And my playlist has been bananas tonight. 30 seconds. Yo, yo, yo. The voice of reason. We're having a very deep conversation, man. Sometimes it's money matters that keeps us in a relationship with people that are internally monstrous. Many monsters have a sense of entitlement. Many monsters have a manipulative behavior. Yeesh. Many monsters lack empathy. Wow, this is tough. And when it's a money situation, you know what that means? It's cheaper to keep the demon. It's cheaper to keep the demon. Losing the demon gonna cost me more than keeping it. Or losing the demon is gonna cost me more than keeping the demon. We gotta make the demon a part of the family. Wow. Get to your phone lines. Number to dial 1-800-920-1580. Mr. and Mrs. Frankenstein. Who's the toxic one in the relationship? You or your partner? That's what we're discussing. Bowman from Grand Prairie, Texas. Talk to me. Whoa. We don't get to move past. She kept stepping up. She was cheating on you. And you took her back? How many times? Wow. You know what's more interesting to me? Why did you take her back more, like 3 times? But why would you settle? Like, let's dig. Why? Because this is your journal. Why did you take her back? Why did I settle? Why did I feel I need to settle?
I never asked myself that question about I helped her through BBL, sir.
Wait, BBL, is that Brazilian butt lift? So let's just lay this out on the table. Was she secure in her body image? No. Her insecurity revealed yours, which is why you took her back 3 times. Her insecurity revealed yours. You can't heal another. Yes, absolutely. You cannot heal another person of their insecurity. See, what that behavior you exhibited is called white knight syndrome. Or, as E40 calls it, Captain Save 'em. I want to say the whole term. But you can't save a person from themselves. All you can do is reflect to them the work they need to do. That's it. That's it. So, but do you see how insecurity expresses itself differently? Do you see that? Her insecurity was, I need a Brazilian butt lift, because she was insecure about her body. You said very insecure. Your insecurity manifests as, let me take her back. When I know you know the first time she cheated on you, what happened in your spirit? This girl ain't really down for me. Did you say that? This girl don't really want me. Did you say that? This girl is not really invested in me. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. It's not, bro, it's not peculiar. Listen, you call, and I love you, and I respect you, so I'm going to tell you the truth. It's not strange. It's not peculiar. It's you. That's just really what it is. You are outlining, right, red flags that tell you, not me, that tell you, hey, nah, this girl is not down with me. This girl is not for me. This girl is not about me. She was with 3 other dudes, right? Can we be honest? Can we be honest? Did you represent rent? Did you represent security? Financial stability? What did you represent? But you got a whole lot of outlining for what she was. But when I start asking you about how you attracted what she was, you've listened to this show more than enough times. When I quote Maya Angelou, when somebody shows you who you are, who they are, believe them, and then I rewrite it, and it's when somebody shows you who you are, believe. She showed you that you were insecure. Why are you so uncomfortable in acknowledging your own security created this mess of a relationship? But that was the purpose of the relationship. She exposed a weakness in you. Now, what you're supposed to do is say, thank you for showing me that. Thank you very much. I'm moving on. Right? I'm about to go on about my business now. Because clearly, she is what I call in my relationship dismount book. Listen, in the relationship dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship, my 2015 book. In the book, I define 2 types of relationships. A stepping stone and a cornerstone relationship. A stepping stone relationship is a fleeting one. You date them, you get with them, the relationship breaks down, you learn something, and then you move on. You get something from it, and then you move on. The cornerstone relationship, you guys are going through things. You guys are struggling, and the learning is reciprocal, and it keeps coming. It keeps coming. You're a cornerstone the relationship that keeps on giving. Stepping stone versus cornerstone. Clearly, this girl was a stepping stone. And the only reason why she stayed as long as she did was because you kept bringing her back because you didn't get the message the first time. Come on, man. You got to get comfortable in the knowledge that you're insecure. I have a book, another book that I always refer to my coaching clients. Anybody who wants coaching, you can call me or you can email me. Zoe Williams orders at gmail.com. You want coaching? Email me. Zoe Williams orders at gmail.com. The book is called The Self-Esteem Workbook by Glenn R. Schiraldi, PhD. Right? Glenn R. Schiraldi, PhD. The Self-Esteem Workbook. The book is called The Self-Esteem Workbook by Glenn R. Schiraldi. The Self-Esteem Workbook. All right? All right, thank you, brother, for the call. We appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. When leaving a monster, when leaving the relationship with a monster, I will refer back to my 2015 relationship book, The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship, available on Amazon.com in multiple formats, Audible, Kindle, paperback, and soon hardcover. In this book, chapter 3, I talk about going into your cocoon. When you leave a toxic relationship with somebody, you need to be in a cocoon. Oftentimes, people will rush into another relationship. Don't do that. Somebody said the best way to forget a relationship or a person is to get into another relationship. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is the same horror movie, just a different cast. All right? You still dating Linda Blair. Just, she's been recast. So when I tell people to build their cocoon, like, here's a little excerpt. What kind of cocoon do you need? As we have seen, transformation is most likely to occur in the context of a safe environment that promotes quiet reflection and preserves the emotional and spiritual energy needed for deep accountability-based introspection and self-awareness. My brother, Bo, who just called, Bowman, it's hard. It's easy for you to say, well, she got mama issues, daddy issues, something wrong with her. She's controlling, she's this. And then when I say, well, tell me the 5 things, because you gave me 5 things about her, give me the 5 things about you. Don't you know the 5 things that you listed for her have a shadow twin in you? And those shadow twins are dating, while you are at Taco Tuesday with her, while y'all at the weekend concert. Them shadow twins are there too. They're dating just like you and the physical person are dating. And they manifest themselves through conflict and how you respond to the conflict. Okay. However, different people process differently. When you have to make a big decision, do you operate best by clearing the decks and immersing yourself in the decision-making process? Or do you prefer to chew on things a bit, letting them percolate over time? Either way is fine, as long as you don't let things get in the way of the cocoon time you need. When you break up with a toxic monster, you need to go internally. You need to take an internal vacation. Not a vacation. Don't do it for the gram. You got to do it for the aham. Aham. Listen. The Sanskrit word aham, if you spell it in English, if we transliterate it, we spell aham in English. It's A-H-A-M. Aham. Aham. What do we call a person who has a big ego? Aham. The word aham in Sanskrit is ham, is ego. Aham in Sanskrit is ego. Sometimes our ego won't let us take a L. That's what L's are for. To humble, but not to humiliate. Where there is humility, there is elevation. Humility is not the same as being humbled. It is the ego who thinks it can't be humbled. See, this is why ignoring your dark lights, All that's going to do is call in dark light energy, dark light relationships, which I call situation shifts. And that is only designed to get you to see yourself, accept yourself without judgment. But nobody wants to do that work. Everybody wants to blame their partner for what's wrong. And then when the conflict arises, we start to get into gaslighting. We start to get into kitchen sinking. What is kitchen sinking? Dealing with everything that's wrong with the relationship except the topic or issue at hand. I'm going to throw in everything, including the kitchen sink. These are literal terms, kitchen sinking. And then guess what? Everybody want to be logical in a conflict. It's either this or that. Yeah, that's a mental illness too. It's called black and white thinking. People got problems, man. But I'm here to come at you. I ain't gonna let you off the hook. When we come forward, more callers on the VOR. Hey, y'all, give me some callers. I need 2 callers. I need 2 callers, y'all.
A Minnesota County Attorney's Office is declining to bring charges against the cop who shot and killed Amir Locke. Minneapolis police officer Mark Hannigan shot and killed Locke while serving a no-knock search warrant back in February. A New Jersey mayor is apologizing for making racist and sexist comments exposed in secret recordings. Clark Mayor Sal Corso posted a video saying he was embarrassed and ashamed by his past comments, which he described as hurtful and insensitive. There was growing calls for the mayor to resign after an investigation by NJ.com revealed secret recordings made by a Clark police lieutenant in 2019, in which Corso used the N-word, referred to blacks as spooks, and called female officers disasters. The Weeknd is trying to replace Kanye West as a headliner at Coachella. That's the latest. I'm Kevin Brown for the Black Information Network at BINnews.com.
Injured in a car accident or at work? Call the accident guys. Because unlike other firms, an attorney will negotiate your case, not a paralegal. This is a rather bold pronouncement,
Where are y'all? Holla at your brother. Let's get these phone lines cracking. I got 3 spaces open. Can I get 3 callers? I got 3 spaces open. Can I get 3 callers? We need 3 callers. Let's do it now. I need 3 callers. Where are y'all? That's right. Keep it clean. Let me see. What's this? Okay, we good. And then my bro isn't even in here. The phone line is ringing. I don't know where he went. Can you? This show is flying. It's about to be over. I said the show is flying. It's about to be
I know,
over.
I can't believe it. I just looked at the time, like, what? That was a good topic.
It's a great topic.
I know when people think about it, like, that's deep. People done dated some characters.
Oh. Yeah. $60 seconds. Here we come. Oh, that's good. Woo! Yeah. Yeah. We turned up right now. I'm trying to give you the blueprint to deal with the monster in you so you ain't got to date the monster that comes to you. I know it's difficult. It's hard. But yo, these monsters, man, they manifest in our lives as intimate relationships. So, let's just do this. Do a manipulation journal. Outline all the ways that you manipulate others, even if you believe these manipulations to be benign. Even if you think you're doing them for the right reasons. Right? Create a manipulation journal. Ooh. Create a hovering journal. Because listen, I tell, when I coach people, I say, look, I'm going to give you some books. Right? And every book I suggest for you to read is not for you to get, a better vocabulary on how to articulate whatever the issue is. Because a lot of people read stuff and then regurgitate it like they wrote the book. No, this ain't about giving you a way to say your problem better. Here's my secret. I tell people, when I give you this book, your job is to also buy a journal to go along with that specific book. And then, as you read the book, every time the book identifies an aspect of you, write it down. Because this is about discovering yourself in the book. You get it? That's free game right there. So, Do a gaslighting book, right? A journal. How often do you gaslight your partner? Whether you think it's benign or not. What about a triangulation journal? What is triangulation? Some people use this tactic to pull in a third person into your conflict, typically to reinforce your point. Let's do a triangulation journal. How often do you do that, monster? Y'all want to be called monsters tonight, but you are. The moment you get used to having fangs and venom, you're going to be all right. The moment you be like, yeah, I'm a viper, you're going to be okay. Do a silent treatment journal. I know people don't want to hear me tonight. Oh, here's a big one. Do a passive aggressive journal. Now watch this. Here's free game. Free game. I've been telling my son this. Stop explaining. You can't explain a process to a process. Listen to me now. I'm going to go even deeper. You cannot explain your process to a process that is unwilling to listen. So listen to this. True or false? The unwilling to change, listen, collaborate, and be accountable must experience the no contact tactic. So if the person you're dealing with is unwilling to change, they're unwilling to listen, they're unwilling to collaborate, they're unwilling to be accountable, they must experience the no contact tactic. Uh-oh. Okay. Big E from Chicago, jump in here, man. Save these people from me. What up, Big E? Talk to me. Yes, they have changed, but Big E, what's the premise here? It's claim over blame. And what you're doing is blaming the woman. Yes, women are toxic. Yes, but this is how I deal with that. Both men and women are toxic, but men and women express that toxicity different. Now, if you're looking at the work of Dr. Tommy J. Curry, he says the same thing. He says a lot of toxicity comes out of the single parent home. It comes out, what they call toxic masculinity comes out of the frustration of the child that was raised by a mother who realizes that he can't be her. A little boy tends to try to be like his mama, or tends to try to be like his father. But if his father isn't there, he tries to mimic the mother. And then coming into the frustration that I can't mimic my mama, he starts solving problems the way his mother solved problems. But just please understand, it's not about blaming sisters for that. Sisters did not create, but in a way you are. And that's what we don't want to do. We want to claim it. And I'm going to tell you why we don't want to blame them. Because sisters are, I'm going to let you talk, but I got to say this. Sisters are not the authors of this toxic society. Sisters are participants in this toxic society, just as brothers are participants in this toxic society. And we both are infected by this toxicity and express it in different ways. Your thought? So let's flip it back. Are you using the broken toolbox that you got from your mama to solve problems? Well, where's your toolbox from, brother? No, Biggie. Were you raised with your mama and father, or was you raised with just your mama? All right then. So what you did was inherited her problem-solving toolbox, bro. What? So why brothers have a hard time just accepting the fact that that's where you got it from? But you solve problems like your mama, and you attract women like your mama, don't you? Oh, no, Biggie, hold on, Biggie. Hell no, Biggie. You got to hold on. We about to come forward. You better not hang up, Biggie. We got to finish this discussion because you playing reindeer games. When we come forward, more from Big E from Chi-Town. Yeah. Hey, Kiana, you got to download the KBLA app. You just got in here? If you want to hear the callers, you got to download the KBLA app. That's how you hear the callers. You hear the music playlist. You hear the whole show. But you got to download the app. That's how you hear it. KBLA. Talk 1580. It's on Google Play if you have an Android. It's on Apple. Download that app.
YouTube right now. You can call in.
Yeah. Hey man, this topic is on fire tonight. Yo, this topic is bananas.
We're talking about relationship topics. Call in. Are you the toxic one or is your partner?
My thoughts are now universes.
Please.
Ain't the devil happy? Ain't the devil happy? Hey man, I'm out here wilding. I'm pulling records you didn't even know. J. Rue the Damager. Make the devil happy. What? Yeah, let's get back to Big E from Chicago. We talking about Mr. and Mrs. Frankenstein. Who's the toxic one in your relationship? You or your partner? Big E, let's talk. Let me say this. Let me say this, brother. Again, at the end of the day, yes, 70% of African American children are born out of wedlock. And the majority of those children are taken by their mother and raised by their mother. Now, you trying to tell me this toxic society, just follow my logic. Does a toxic society produce a toxic parent? Yes or no? You think these women just came up with their own, hey, this is dope. Toxic is dope. Let's do dope. No. You know why that's no? Because of government cheese. You know what government cheese represent? Survival. So now you're talking about feminism. Do you know who pushed feminism? An FBI agent, a CIA agent. Y'all remember her, Gloria? I ain't gonna. And where did she go? She went to academia to recruit black women that were on campuses. So is that not the toxic government again? That's where feminism is coming from, sir. Now watch this. Survival. You ain't got, listen, Big E, you ain't got no platform, do you? I'm talking about government, legislation. So if she go to school, which is an institution, people get institutionalized by institutions, by the way. You don't have to just be institutionalized in prison. You can be institutionalized in an educational system. You can be institutionalized with your belief in marriage. Marriage is an institution. Huh? So if she is not the author of any of these institutions, and you got some goofies out there who think I'm caping for the woman. What I'm saying is, she's in a toxic society. She doesn't have an original thought. That everything she thinks is based on survival, and I got to get it done. So you gonna ding her for that? Gloria Steinem. Look up Gloria Steinem. Look up Gloria Steinem. You look up Gloria Steinem and see who she is. Boy, when we come forward, more callers. Woo, I'm fired up right now. The voice of reason is crazy. Ah!
Equality.net helps who have the means transfer tokens to a charitable wallet. Those at their lowest point have a fun fact.
This is lit. It's lit. Yeah, I'm back. And yes, I'm turned up. Turn this into a feminist conversation. And I got my issue with feminism too. Should be called equalityism as opposed to feminism, which leads into womanism. Listen, the woman is one part of a spiritual battery. Femininity and masculinity come together and creates a powerful creative force. But whenever you split it down the middle and choose a side, feminism. Name it equalityism. How about that? Equityism. Huh? And from feminism, which probably started in a good place, migrated to a fanatic place. You have something called radical feminism, where the brother was trying to articulate the precepts of radical feminism. In radical feminism, they have a concept called the disposable man. Do your research. Huh? I'm not going to play with y'all. Let me get this sister in here. Rose from New Jersey. Talk to me about tonight's topic. Rose, are you there? Rose, her phone she been calling and hanging up all night. Well, let me get back to it. Monsters that you date, monsters that you deal with, you understand? They come from you. In my book, The Shrouded Lighthouse, How to Discover the Silver Lining in Any Situation Shift, the book outlines that human beings operate under the metaphoric premise that each one of us are a lighthouse. Now, we got two lighthouses. One is visible, the other one is invisible. The visible lighthouse draws in people, just like the invisible lighthouse draws in people. The visible lighthouse draws in people based on our character, based on our smile, our aesthetic, our talent, right? Our sense of humor, our intellect. These are visible lights, something a person who is just off in the corner can just see emanating from you. But then we also have invisible lights that draw people in. Our wounds, our pain, our unhealed, unclaimed, unacknowledged trauma. What is the purpose of a lighthouse? To bring in wayward ships to shore. Well, your spiritual lighthouse draws in wayward situation shifts to the shores of your soul. And when they dock, you got work to do. You got to unload that ship, that situation shift. You got to unload it, unpack it, and see how those shadow mirrors relate to yours. That's the real spiritual purpose of relationship. Stop blaming and start claiming. Man said he was raised by a single mother that had a limited toolbox, but just wanted to blame her. Didn't want to blame the society that crafted and molded her. You listen to T.D. Jakes. He uses that scripture from the Bible that talks about the potter's house. The United States is a type of potter's house that molds broken pieces of pottery. Put the blame where it's supposed to be. Now, I set the fire. Danny Morrison and his crew gonna come in and finish the fire. Yo, we had a ball on the Voice of Reason. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. When we come forward, news and Danny Morrison. Fire!